been a while. I haven't really felt like making videos. It's been, I think, since February since I made one. It just wasn't really interesting to me. On a personal level, it just didn't resonate anymore. Maybe the things that bother me in life are the things I need to be recording. And I'll bring up this because there was a video that I released a while ago and it got a lot of traffic, and I was like, I don't get this. But it resonated with people. And it was raw, it was real, and people liked it. You know, I want to make my videos more authentic, more raw, more honest. I do want to go in that direction, no matter what I'm doing. But I want people to connect with what I'm putting out. I want it to identify with people. I want people to feel better about themselves as well. Otherwise, what am I doing here? Now, I'm not going to make any promises because promises can be broken, and let's not set any unreasonable expectations here. But yes, I want to keep going with this. I want to see what I can do with this channel. But not put really any pressure on what I'm doing here. You know, I'll find hard topics to talk about, and I will bring them to light and see what happens. But, you know, it's no big deal. Whether somebody watches or nobody watches, it doesn't matter. As long as I'm putting something out into the world that could make a difference for myself, that's potentially that's a step forward. If it changes somebody else, then wow, that's more than I could ever ask for. Chances are, at least one person will feel what I feel or want to express what I express, so why not? Do you ever just not want to create because that's what happened to me? I just didn't want to create. And just stop doing something. And I guess you could call it the artist's struggle? Yeah. I mean, let's talk about more things like that, because maybe somebody is looking to put out that next masterpiece, but something's holding them back, right? I mean, being in marketing, I'm supposed to advise you that once every 6 months is not exactly the appropriate content strategy or the appropriate rhythm to build your whichever brand, your personal brand, your business brand, anything. You have to aim for 3, 4, 5 times per week of content. A minimum of that nowadays. Everything gets lost in the feeds. You need to be top of mind. So you have to do it more often, right? Well, you know what? Sometimes people take vacations. People take hiatuses. Let's not guilt someone into creating content, because that content would just suffer anyways. Now, luckily, since I have just a small loyal following, I can just disappear without a problem. Just disappear completely. And is it really going to be a big issue? No. People were still watching stuff. People were still checking out my other videos. People were still subscribing. I mean, imagine the celebrities of the world who always had to be available to their fans. They should be able to take breaks without penalty, and yet they lose followers. If they take a break, then something happens in the algorithms, they disappear, and poof, they're not as popular as they once were. And do we need to strive for a popularity contest, or is that just going to take away from the artistry of what we're supposed to be doing here? So, the topics. I mean, what are the topics to talk about? Well, I'll see about posting my thoughts more often. I'll create stuff on weekends, schedule for weeknights. I want to keep focusing on my career. I think that's critical. But to share my thoughts is quite important as well. So creating on weekends, scheduling for weeknights makes sense. After all, my weekends could be more productive than they are. I'll attempt to talk about the hard stuff. I go back to the hard stuff. What does that mean? Well, maybe it's more about loneliness. Maybe it's more about being a minimalist. Maybe it's more about my dark thoughts. Maybe it's more of just what's on my mind for that week. It could be in your mind too, right? And I'm at a point where, I don't know, it's a more laissez-faire attitude towards all this, which I think could make the difference here in whether people watch or don't watch what I'm doing. Because if I put too much thought into what I'm saying, maybe that takes away from the point. You know, a few years ago, I'm going back to a topic that I brought up before, and you know, I made this video about becoming a recluse. And this was, yes, once upon a time. You may remember it. It's still on the channel. It's one of my more popular videos. And for some reason, it happened to resonate with many people. I mean, over 99% of people were liking it. And there's very few dislikes, which I don't understand. Because I'm like, well, I didn't put much thought into the production. But maybe the thought in my mind was what resonated. But anyway, people subscribed. People started sharing their stories in the comments of how they've been alone in the world and how they've sort of lived this hermit lifestyle. And it took people courage to share their stories, and I thank them for that. Maybe some people were touched by what I shared and they wanted to share too. Maybe I inspired or invoked some positivity in someone's life. And maybe they're on a positive trajectory. There's the silent people as well. You know, there are thousands of people watching it, and there could have been thousands who silently changed something about themselves in a positive way. That is what makes me excited to create, to make, to put stuff out into the world. To see a video benefit someone, to see any kind of content benefit someone is truly special, because I'm not just creating videos. A lot of the videos I make, it started off with writing, and I have a description usually filled out in the video, and that description's maybe on my blog or it's somewhere else, and there's many different avenues. The video is just one aspect of it. But yes, it adds some excitement. And to see a video benefit someone, it really is truly special. So, without further ado, yes, it's been a while. I'm looking forward to connecting with you all again soon. I hope the next video, topic, or idea changes you in a positive way. If not, that's okay too. Let's not put any pressure on any of this. It's been a while, and you know what? Maybe it's been a while for you too.